And I think we'll probably figure final round we'll have a win and in game.
Yeah, probably not table 1. It's probably table 4 or so, but we'll see. All right.
So Jeff versus MHT. That'll make for an interesting game. I'm gonna mute myself for a second here and have a bite of the popcorn my wife brought down because I got breakfast this morning and popcorn tonight. I am officially spoiled.
We got the players sitting down and show and tell explaining the camera setup so that they don't put their shields off camera or whatever. Let's see. There it is. I was like, how did I lose it again? Okay. Um, so QMC against agents. Probably a lot less of a probably a lot less of an interactive matchup, I would say. QMC is certainly well known for having a ton of evasion, a ton of ability to avoid battles. Um, agents can benefit from battles. They can also do a lot of ping damage and just damage on their own locations. So we should see how the two of them both approach this.
I think
Lots of
it'll be curious to see how they cancel celebration.
yeah.
Like I think agents has to deal with celebration.
And I mean, possibly the answer is like agents. I mean, as we saw, like Hayes, not that they're playing the same version, but Hayes had what First Light and Jabba Space Cruiser and the
The fist.
Feline's Fist. So like you could certainly see agents just deploy all of their space to Bespin and just be like, we're gonna fight it out.
I feel like that'd be a bad idea.
I think that's probably not great.
Like I actually think agents is probably best served going Shizor in the Vigo and maybe Palpatine on Coruscant with the ship and just get your drain, get your plink damage from shadows, and then everything else goes to Bespin.
Yeah, that would be my guess as well.
Yeah, I saw Ryan's struggling a little bit, but my MHT David Woods Carl pick still gives me a chance. A
I picked Hayes and Dennis, so last round was a little bit sketchy for me.
little bittersweet, but also I'd say they're both probably. I mean, Hayes is probably still making day two, and Dennis obviously is. So
Yeah. Dennis felt like a good pick, so
yeah,
I'm happy with that one. I as a personal general rule never pick my teammates in fantasy, so
and Carl's only a half teammate, so I was okay with picking him. So he failed to fully commit to the Killer Bees. He's still,
yeah.
All right, so we're running dark green sleeves on the table and then
Oh,
and
I
black, so I can't see at all how many cards anyone has. Oh, awesome.
I picked Jeremy DePaulo as my third pick, so I think I'm doing pretty well. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna end up. Honestly, I just enjoy the
Oh yeah, it's not for
doing the
anything.
fantasy contest is just fun to look at and yeah, we'll see.
Jeremy and Hayes are playing this round.
Well,
I'm just torpedoed every way. All right.
it's just friendly fire all across your team.
Yeah.
So all right, so it's dark blue sleeves and green. Maybe we can kind of tell. I think it's more
Yeah,
There, they moved him up a little bit. Yeah, this is going to be
people got to play more of the
bright pink.
PC sleeves.
That's bright pink and sort of muted turquoise. Those are my choices.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Woo.
MHT is apparently
Part
nervous.
party foul.
So,
That was Jeff.
is Jeff? Oh yeah, yeah, the dark side.
All right.
So
So yeah, I would agree that I think what makes the most sense. Oh, okay. So let's see. I saw Jar Jar in MHT's hand, and that looked like a Ben Kenobi, but it can't possibly be a Ben Kenobi. He had a sight as
yeah,
well, which is actually pretty good for QMC.
yeah,
Um,
that
open
extra
handing a
sight is not bad at all.
yeah, open handing a sight gives you the possibility of turn one of flipping on turn one, which could be a big help to just being able to go really fast, not have to use a force pull later on a site. I think all that's really good. So
Yeah, I think, and especially if Jeff goes and pulls all the sites, like QMC is going to activate so much. I think you do the. I think you just guarantee and go, "Yep, I'm going to flip
yeah,
and take the risk." So we see
we'll see what Jeff does turn one here.
Jeff is
I
pulling
think
cards.
I think you're probably right that most likely it's gonna be just like put Emperor, Zizor, and Vigo on Coruscant and then don't commit the rest of your forces.
I think you commit your space to Coruscant. I don't think you can fight Bespin. And
Um,
if you go to Bespin, I don't think you can leave it.
I think the one wrinkle in that is committing your space to Bespin um allows you to deploy cheaper to Cloud City.
Yeah, but you should have so much force this game.
Yeah,
Well, maybe not. As Jeff's shuffling his reserve, I didn't see what else he pulled.
I think he just pulled the square.
Oh,
I mean Jeff did like kind of come
oh,
into the
well,
game more from Gambit.
that's
Oh, just open-handed two sites. All right.
yeah. And
I mean, he might not even need to play the Vigo, which would actually be kind of, I mean, Vigo's not really good otherwise, so
yeah, Vigos exists solely to pull Shizor's Palace.
yeah, so
Although he must not have had the Shizor's Palace because Shizor moves to the palace for free. So
yeah, he
he
paid
may
to
have
move to
not
the
had the
uplink
Vigo
station.
and the palace. That's kind of crazy, actually.
Yeah. I
So
mean, this actually seems kind of reasonable. Like this is a more extreme version of what you were saying, right? That like, we're just minimum committing to Coruscant because it's reasonable to expect that QMC probably doesn't have like a lot of weapons or anything to come after Zizor, and
yeah,
like
like
they got to fight through a bounty anyway. So like, are they actually going to go after Zizor?
I
Probably not. Definitely not on turn one. Like,
yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do it, turn one is the time to do it. But that seems like a terrible.
I mean, I don't even think that's true because like turn one, you have to fight through bounty and be able to draw Destiny against Zizor, and Zizor's gonna be
Yeah,
less than 5. Like you're a turn one attacking Zizor seems really rough for QMC because that means you're just
but the
not
moment he backs him up, you're
yeah, because
you're completely out of going after him.
yeah. Well, I think like if you go after him turn one though, you've also made no progress towards flipping your own objective.
Yeah, it's honestly, I don't think you go after him. I think you just say, fine, you're gonna have your Shizor drain. I need to set myself up, and most of the entertainment's gonna happen on Bespin, I think.
Yeah, I think that that's likely the case. I mean, if nothing else, Vigo gets to be like a gangster for the first light or gets to be like, you know,
Yeah.
forfeit fodder somewhere else.
So it really will be interesting to see what Jeff does with space, because I think that could be sort of
Yeah.
the game.
So MHG does do the Overseer and Hark. Unlike in the
And
other
he
game,
drops Goldenrod.
Hark Staff is actually worth 3 activation here.
Yeah. Yeah, because the Coruscant system is not a battleground until he puts a ship there.
Yeah. That was actually like the most like insult to injury part of David Woods against Bill was that David didn't have any non-battleground locations, so Hark Staff just wasn't generating anything.
Yeah. Well, and that's, I mean, he does that. You're not
Yeah.
putting anything on there. So, although we see the flip with Lobot and Jar Jar.
So minimal force cost to MHT here.
Yeah,
And then
cost him like 4 to get that whole thing going.
yeah, now he gets to do his force pop hole, get everything going here. Did he pull a sight?
I
He
don't
did.
think he did. I think he
No,
played the one from hand and
didn't pull with his objective.
didn't pull with his objective. So,
I mean, it's possible that he wants to just not necessarily put the North Corridor out because he's not confident that he can hold it.
well, but his drains can't be canceled. So, like, letting him have the North Corridor isn't.
Well, it's still a
It
drain of
stinks
two.
that you give up the drain of 2, but it's not
Yeah.
like it's the worst thing ever. So,
I wouldn't assume that MHE forgot about it. I would think that he
I would assume
just
MHT thought his play through.
yeah.
Like, I will not assume.
All right.
You know,
So
I've joked about it before with Justin, where he's commented that I always say I don't like his plays, and I'm like, well, it's kind of a boring show to just be like, well, Justin's a better player than me. Let's see how this works for him. But that's kind of what we're looking at. So I do see Chris just dropped the standings. So we've got Dennis at 6-0, Jeff, Sam Tashima, and MHT at 5-1. And then David Woods, Hayes Hunter, Bill Kafer, Mike Kessling, Scott Lingrell, Cal, Robbie Hendon, and Jeremy DePaulo, all at 4-2.
some
So
interesting,
there's
yeah,
still some movement potential.
some interesting division is going to be happening in the next two games here.
Yeah. So we see the pay 3 to drain for 1 with Shizor.
That's
And
interesting.
um honestly, against QMC, you need to force damage through. I don't really hate that play.
Eh,
Like, he doesn't have a way to retrieve right now. And Matt would be doing the same thing and having to pay to drain. So I don't hate that. I noticed Matt did not go get the docking bay either, which might mean he doesn't have it in the deck. Jeff's just picking some up.
so Jeff did play his Coruscant Caesar's Palace.
Yeah, he must have drawn into it and decided it's not even worth putting the Vigo down, picking some up, peeking at his force pile. Or did he pay to drain?
He did pay to drain.
Yeah, and then he pinged also with his
Yeah.
objective. Yeah, like I saw the pay 3, so he had to pay to drain. He's going to be activating a whole bunch next turn, though.
Yep. I assume just full 14 and then
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. I got him at 15, so he'll be.
I would guess that he's just going to peek at his force pile this turn.
Yeah, I mean, he'll go get.
I mean, 15 cards for Shadows is not too dangerous because they do have a number of use interrupts. Plus, if Matt doesn't play a Luke to flip him back, Jeff can just put a card down if
Yeah, no,
pull for hand
he's.
shield. So
Yeah, I'm not worried about him getting hand shielded. I think that's because it also looks like Matt's already got 3 shields in play.
and
So Matt,
you would think he's ooh, okay.
defending Bespin. I actually like that play.
I think it makes sense.
So because you've got to do the
But I think if both of them play out their space, I don't know that either one is necessarily favored to like blow out the other or anything. So yeah, defending Bestman makes a lot of sense.
little surprised you don't
Dash.
put Dash on the wild card.
I mean,
He's great on the ground because a lot of those cards.
Yeah, his text is likely to apply. I think
In
it
either
makes.
arena.
I mean, I think it makes some sense because like you're not actually worried about getting knocked out of space here, really.
Yeah, I guess. Is that Din?
And yeah, that's the AI Din
Yep.
Djarin.
And just move everyone over and
Yep. We're gonna stack up and
Matt's also gonna play the all right, I'm gonna play this a little bit.
Yep.
a little bit slow. There's no need to rush into it right now. I'm only taking 1 or 2 damage next turn. Like,
And I think one thing Jeff is gonna really want to get going here, he needs to get an Emperor down. He needs to get Shadows of the Empire going. Like the second ping from the flip side of objective is certainly good, but the card draw and ping off of Shadows, I think, is gonna be
yeah,
like that's gonna be critical.
like I gotta assume that Matt's going to be able to get a Luke out relatively easily.
Yeah.
Like between being able to, go grab anything from your force pile, like. So Matt just lost a Maz, I think, from hand. So that he must have 2 in there.
All right.
Jeff went searching for something, I think, to play Count the Emperors, and I only saw 2.
Yeah, he went for a site with the Coruscant Caesar's Palace.
Yep.
Now, if Jeff doesn't have an Emperor in hand after just drawing last turn, that's pretty rough.
Yeah. Like if he's still hunting for Emperors, that's a bad. He should have known. He did put a card down though, so he had to know.
Yeah.
What he was drawn into.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, he's force pushing. He might not have had an Emperor.
I realized that like the verify there's a little weird because he could just put a card down to look at his force pile.
Yeah. But he didn't put a card down last turn either, so he might not have had a card he wanted to put down.
I think
Like
he
might be in
didn't.
that position where
He put
he
a
really
card.
wanted all the cards.
He put a card down during his last turn.
Yeah, he didn't during
he didn't during
Matt's turn though. So that might have been he didn't have a bunch of cards he really just wanted to put down to.
Yeah, but peeking at your own force pile during your opponent's turn is of minimal value if you're not actually spending any force.
Well, he could have activated one with wipe and seen what that was, but also just cycling a.
I mean, he could just wait to look now.
Destiny, yeah. But here's 5 for the Emperor, probably next door to Shizor. Yep.
Yeah.
And there's the fist to Coruscant. So yeah, I think we're seeing what I suggested, which is he's going to go fairly light to Coruscant. My guess is this is everything that gets deployed up there. And there's Zam
Baniskeg, or yeah,
as
Zam,
a pilot.
Yeah, Baniskeg is like ideal, but yeah, any pilot up there is fine.
Yeah, you just need a pilot for the moment.
Yeah.
Just in case Matt decides to get spicy with like a.
He could have like a Hunshui Falcon.
Yeah, and honestly, that would be like the Hunshui Falcon would be a crazy. So he loses 1 activation with Hark there, but he gets it back from
getting the
that
icon.
Now adding an icon. So he's netting out the same.
So Jeff is peaked his force pile by putting a force lightning back, and now causes a shadows ping.
Yep.
Matt loses Yoda from hand.
Honestly, I don't hate that. Like, I don't think you're going to get a lot out of Yoda.
Yeah. This isn't a space package that is likely to attack you with multiple destinies, which is the main reason to why you want Yoda.
Honestly, I don't think it's a space package that's attacking you all now.
Yeah. Well, and like if you're not
attacking at Coruscant, you're not going to.
Yeah, if you're not attacking the Emperor, you're not getting value out of like the Force Lightning protection, and it's unlikely for QMC to want to attack the Emperor. So then you're just looking at like protecting against multiple Destiny Jaws on the ground, which is not great. So yeah.
And I feel like Matt probably has a plan for not getting into battles on the ground where your opponent's drawing multiple.
Yeah.
And conversely, he's in a position to potentially draw multiple on the ground pretty easily. Like Lando with gun plus a
Isla.
Well, plus Din flying around anywhere is suddenly like 3 Destiny right there.
So Jeff peeled, I think it was a Vigo and a Git combo off the top.
Yep. And there's the watering hole that he doesn't satisfy yet. He's got 4 of 5.
Yeah.
Jar Jar, Din, Dash, and Hark.
Lobot doesn't have a species, which is the.
Yep, Lobot's the species list right now.
Yeah.
And Menace fades to shut down that drain +1. So
yeah, doesn't do a lot, but does a little. So
yeah, that 1 force still counts, but I think
especially if
Matt's got to get his Luke.
Well, so especially if Matt's not going to contest Feline's Fist and not going to contest Zizor, then that Menace phase is going to be worth it, probably.
Like, I think here is where you go get Luke if you've got him.
Yeah, the big thing is finding your Luke, putting him in that giant stack, and like.
Yeah. And saying, come get me.
Yeah, you dare Jeff to come after you.
And I think actually you put Luke down, you put Celebration down, and then you,
And then you stack up. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Because right now Jeff's still winning the drain race. Like Jeff's draining 4-2 right now when you factor in shadows.
Yes.
There's Luke. So, and that's the elderly version of Luke. So, fully immune to attrition, which is makes it one less way for Jeff to clear
Well,
him, and Ayla hanging out with him.
fully immune to attrition, defense 7, gets a cancel and a redraw. So
Yeah.
he's really tough to
And
take off the
there's
table.
Figrin and the modal nodes. So between Figrin and Ayla, we now have Watering Hole satisfied as well.
Yep. And Figrin satisfied, because
And
that's how
all of
that
a
works.
sudden, this looks the numbers just flipped.
Yeah.
Like Jeff's gotta answer somewhere here.
Yep. And that's kind of what we expected MHG to be able to do here, right? Is like it wasn't going
Yeah.
to be that difficult to completely flip how
Yeah.
everything was going here.
But he's still gonna get he's still gonna cause 4 damage here, which is good. Like, and if the only retrieval Matt
Leia's
has is
resistance transfer.
Figrin, Leia's resistance transport to go get you Ray.
He lost Ray and Leia's resistance transport back to back off
Yeah.
the top, which is there's a Maz in
So
his hand. He has
and the
Ascension
Ascension
guns
guns,
and a
a
whiteboarded
barrier.
character and a barrier and
I'm not sure who the whiteboarder character is.
I want to say Elors.
Very plausible. And Jeff looked for Force Lightning that I think he knew
Oh,
wasn't there.
lots of characters.
Yeah, he wanted that to be all red, not all gray.
Yeah.
That's a bad spot for him.
Yeah. And you see the disarmed as well, but it's not probably going to matter
Yeah.
here. But
That's we saw a lot of those in Hayes' deck last turn. It's like,
yeah, MHE is putting a lot on the table. So like, I guess Jeff could go the route of like trying to win on time, which is not like it's not like a plan that I endorse, but you know, it could matter later. Like it is true that Jeff is currently doing 4 damage and taking back 3 and a retrieval.
well, he's taking back 6 in a retrieval because Watering
Oh,
Hole's
because the
in
watering
play.
hole's on, right? Watering hole's on.
So he can't win
All right.
this in a super
Yeah.
long game. He's
Nah, he's not gonna be
gotta
able to do that. He's got to interfere somehow.
he's gotta flip the table again. And I don't know how you do it.
I mean,
So there's
hidden
Tarkin's
weapons.
bounty.
Okay.
Hidden weapons would be the play. But like, God, his destinies were garbage.
Well, but actually that's okay, right? Like
Yeah.
the destinies all being mid is actually kind of good for hidden weapons.
Yeah, because I didn't see too many ones, and the 2-3s are
Yeah. There
2
are a
and
lot
3
of
is
there are a
good.
lot of 2s and 3s, and there was like a 6 and a 5.
Although at least
Like,
one of the ones that was in there was one of his Bobas,
yeah.
who you need to get that hidden weapons through. So we see a lot of counting. I think Jeff probably figuring out the deploy +1 from Bespin. What can I get down? So I saw 5 there. Is that going to be like Django maybe? Oh, there's Aura. Okay. Those Destiny are kind of garbage for swinging at Luke though.
Yeah, I don't think you're at all likely to hit Luke with the destinies that
No.
are in there.
And yeah, you're not burying Aura because there's no way he's starting battle with just Aura.
No, I would
You
not
hold the
bury
barrier
him.
for the next guy. You hold the barrier for Boba or whoever he's following up with.
I wonder if it's a rescue in the clouds is the other red card in Matt's hand that we haven't been able to.
Could
No, it's
be.
a path.
I mean,
It's a path.
oh yeah, no, it's Path, it's Ascension guns.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, you're definitely not burying here because if he battles, you just path Din in and then just like overflow him.
I think you're barriering if he does something like drops Boba Fett.
Yeah, you would bury
like,
Boba Fett here.
Okay, I don't love burying Aura there.
Mm.
Especially after you saw his reserve deck. Like he ain't hitting nobody. And there's the sense on the barrier.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did Matt pull a sense shield? I don't.
Yep. It must be in that stack.
So you drew
As
the
Jeff just
one.
immediately peeled two. So he drew the one, which actually is great if he had the
Yeah, that's if he has hidden weapons, that's really
hidden
good.
weapons. All right, so he just paid for somebody. Is that okay? There's Mara.
That's not much help,
I
although
know,
he did
and
still lose the one, so that is still helpful.
yeah, I still don't love that. You can't swing at Ayla. Oh, and there's Dr. E. Okay.
I guess.
Well, I mean, that'll get you potentially. You go. I think you hit Figrin and kill him for sure.
Yeah.
And then maybe Luke, like, and then you kill Ayla with attrition, and now you've shut off Watering Hole and you flip that math back. But
Well, he's just gonna
that's a
path like
lot of good things needing to happen. And yeah, if he paths over like Din,
yeah, he's just gonna path Din in here.
yeah, well, maybe let's play it out. Maybe he's got something else to do instead.
I mean, as we said, that the destinies are such that like I don't even think it's guaranteed that Aura's gonna hit.
Honestly, what I'd almost love would be before the battle starts, you path Lobot in and
Oh, so you get to play Lando.
just drop
Yeah.
Lando as a react and get your extra destiny that way.
Oh,
Like,
Dash also. Oh wait, no, I think MHE doesn't have any force saved.
okay, so
Oh, nope, we're
started the
just
battle and
battling and
swung. Okay. And that was a
ouch.
miss.
Looks like a
He must
miss.
have swung at Luke.
Yeah.
I don't like that play. I think you shoot with Aura. Well, I
I
guess,
think that probably was shooting at Aura.
yeah, that or shoot. If that was Aura, you're shooting at Luke. Otherwise, you,
Oh, okay, then now he paths. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So now he paths over and he's deciding who, because frankly, they're all good.
Yeah, they really
Although
are.
I think you have to go Din.
I would probably do Din, yeah.
You have to go Din and make them shoot Din.
Yeah.
That's a, and of course, we're wrong. And another sense
Oh, to cancel the path. Yeah, yeah.
to cancel the path, which I
Draws
don't
the
hate.
5. That's not great. I mean,
Yeah,
you don't want the disarmed,
that's
but
yeah.
this is the
And
first
then
light
he
from
lost
hand.
the first light from hand. So if Matt's got a Hanchu and the Falcon, this could be bad. So 3-4. If he swung first with Aura and missed, then he just missed with Leia or with Mara
Yeah.
because he doesn't get the +1. That's some bad luck, honestly. The Battle Destiny is 3. It's +2 because of quietly,
So it's a
which
4
is
then. R is our EVPR is a 4 or 2, basically.
oh yeah, oh yeah, Aura is a 2, not a 1.
Yeah.
So it's a 4, but well, I guess 4 actually does matter because
Yeah, that does crack immunity, so you
yeah,
kill
the
Figure and
Bith are
Dan
only immune to less than 4. I honestly I might kill Ayla there.
and just Retriever with Figure and Dan.
Yeah, like keep your retrieval.
Yeah.
Either one of them keeps you on Watering Hole.
Yeah, I actually don't hate that.
So like
Loses
those
Mara.
senses were nice, but he lost 4 force to end up
He lost 6
making
force.
yeah, but 4 plus the 2 senses to do what?
Yeah.
Make him lose Ayla?
Yeah.
That that did not end the way he wanted that to.
Yeah. Loses Ayla.
Like, and now he's got no force saved, and
Yeah. He does have wipe and hasn't drawn his
yeah,
6. So like I actually maybe he just doesn't well no, because Luke's just gonna redraw the 6. 6 doesn't matter.
yeah, it's
I feel like that battle went very, very poorly.
no, I agree. I don't think that battle went
In
anywhere near how he wanted it to.
I mean, at the same time though, I think the odds on that battle were not good. I think like once you saw the destinies there, you just have to recalibrate.
Yeah,
Like I don't
with how bad those destinies were, I think
yeah. You
counting
drew
on
like
the saber swings was bad.
basically average draws on those and just completely and just did nothing with them.
Yeah, although
Like
I still think
I don't think those draws were especially bad. They were just like
I think if he had changed the order of the draws, it would have gotten real interesting because I would have swung with Mara at Figrin first,
mhm.
and he would have hit Figrin with whatever he drew there because I think it was 2-3. So he hits Figrin, he makes Figrin lost. And then all the other stuff goes through, but then that next set of draws with Aura, I think you hit.
Well, you
Because he
redraw it
would have
though,
drawn
and
3, yeah, but he would have drawn 3-4, and then you redraw the 4 into another 4,
okay.
and it's +1 with Aura. I think you hit. And now you just have Ayla there drawing 1 Destiny against Aura, Mara, and Dr. E. Like,
Yeah, you can't really. I mean, you can't know that ahead of time though. So
yeah, you don't know it ahead of time, but I still think killing the Bith would have been the right play. And who knows?
yeah, I mean, I think ultimately, uh, honestly, I feel like ultimately, once you saw the Destinies and saw how bad they were, I think you were just not supposed to do this battle.
Yeah, I think I agree. Honestly, if he'd have just stacked that and left it and not started the battle, I'd have been more okay with it. Because you can
Yeah,
always then do a search for Force Lightning to at least shuffle it through.
yeah.
So, but
Well,
yeah, without like a mercenary or without a Mandalorian armor to
yeah, and now MHG is
give him the
looking.
jetpack ability.
He's doing his force ball pull to see what he can do to punish this stack. Although, I mean, like Aura and Dr. E is still pretty formidable.
Oran Doctor E is a little frightening, but I don't think they're nearly as formidable. And I think you probably have Jeff out of senses.
Yes, I would expect that as
So
well. So if he can like path over Din Djarin and then
yeah, I mean,
add like Lando.
there's Chewie with Bowcaster.
Well, that'll be part of it. Yep.
That'll stop the
So they'll get the
that
bounty.
does mean we won't see an HCF.
Yes. Yep.
And Dan says Houston is apparently destroying Cleveland all of a sudden. Cleveland giving up 38 is not something I would have expected. Like there's Maz. So now all the battle destinies are -1, and he
Total
uses
bad loss is -1.
total battles. Yeah, and then Maz goes and gets him Yoxkit, it looks like.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco has thrown 2 pick sixes. So then Cleveland's defense has only given up 24. All right, I can,
Yeah, looks like Yakshit gets added here. I mean, adding
which
a
makes
pile of
sense.
yeah, adding a pile of characters here when he just has the one weapon is that's fine.
Yeah, like, all right, Chewie's not in play right now, but the rest of them are.
I mean,
And
does he even battle?
I think so. I think you're up in power. I think
Well, are you
you
up in
go,
power?
nope, doesn't matter. He's walking away anyways and
Yeah,
saying,
it's like
fine,
I don't think you are up in power, like without Chewie.
yeah, without Chewie. And he doesn't have ALS, so he's not drawing 2. So he just walks Luke away from the battle and says, all right, well, you start
Maybe
one next turn.
move like Lobot over or move you can move Jar Jar over, that would be funny.
I wouldn't hate moving Jar Jar over.
Because then you like
Did
because
he
then you can
just pay
threaten.
one to move Yoxkit?
I don't
Oh no, he just moved Yoxkit and Lobot for free
yeah. So he gets
just
a
to get
drain
the
of one
third,
away.
that extra drain of 1.
Yeah.
Because Chewie with gun is somewhat terrifying
Yeah.
just sitting there. Like, although this is also a spot where I could absolutely see it disarmed.
Yes, a disarmed is possible.
Like, and I don't know. Jeff's going to have to do something to flip the math here. He's got to, I don't know what else he's got in his hand.
I mean, man, if this was the ultimate plan, I kind of actually would have put Maz at the other site and then moved in Jaren over, and then like it's like, well, I have this rescue of the clouds that's going to cancel your weapon shot, so you're not
Does
actually
he? I don't think he had a rescue yet, did he?
I mean, he could have easily found one.
Yeah, he could have found one, but he might have gone and found something else too. So
Yeah, I mean, standing with this stack, that's the thing. It's like standing with this stack here without a rescue seems pretty rough. Because
yeah.
like if like Chewie is just like almost certain to get hit by Aura, and then you're at 6, and then you're at 6 against 10.
So there went Ascension Guns, Lando, and Cara Dune with
Losing
Blaster.
Lando's losing Lando's not great, but
Well, he lost him from hand, I think,
oh,
which is, you're not getting the Lobot the free Lando, and I think he's kind of like, well, I'm probably not getting free Lando. I think he might be saying, look, I'm probably not gonna. Oh, 6-3-3-6. Okay,
All right.
those are a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, there's no way you're going after Luke right now, but those are a lot better.
I feel like taking Luke off the table is probably not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. And I think without that,
I mean,
you're way behind here.
the one saving grace is that there is no celebration in play.
Yeah. So he didn't have Rescue in the Clouds a couple turns ago, the last time we saw his hand, Nick. There's certainly, he could have gone and gotten it. He could have drawn into it. We're not sure. We just
Yeah.
know what we know.
Yeah, we
know?
do not know for sure that QMC does not have a rescue in the clouds.
The last time we saw his hand, he did not have it. There goes another Ascension Guns, though.
Yeah.
So he must have been running a couple of those, which I love.
Rescue,
in
yeah,
QMC for that.
Ascension gun seems very good in QMC. So
Yeah.
like if your Ascension guns isn't active, you're probably winning.
Yeah. If your
Like,
Ascension Guns isn't active, you've already won. Like, oh, you're just going to ignore me on Cloud City while I drain for like 10 and retrieve 4? Okay. It feels like a bad idea, but sure, let's do that. So, like, what's Jeff's out here? Maybe, like, does he have so no escape to get back or a sing?
that could be a lot better.
Yeah, I mean,
Seems like he probably has to do the face off he's doing. That's what I was saying too. This is like this face off only really makes a lot of sense if he has.
I think he just might have used Aura to then do the get Dengar
to do the swap. Okay, yeah.
Do the swap.
That's not like how you want to use your no escape, but you lost them in that order, so this is what you have to do. Sure.
Yeah, it is what it is. You can't.
Okay. Well, Dengar's really good here.
Dengar's kind of scary there, actually. Like,
although I guess you do have
just to keep your eyes
shots.
open is well, we're done.
Keep your eyes open would be pretty disgusting.
And so he just reacted with dash. What?
Yep. He has to react with dash render.
Oh, okay. And then he gets the retrieval from the bounty.
Yeah, and it is
we
free.
See a narrow escape. We're doomed.
There is a path.
And we do see the celebration.
Yeah, and there's a path in there.
This actually has the potential to be kind of nasty.
I mean, not like really.
He's hitting and killing 3 guys. He's I guess this last one, either he hits and kills them or he misses and draws a 6 for Battle Destiny.
Well, but if he hits and kills them, then he just paths Maz away.
Yeah. So he's even better. He missed the shot, so he's going to draw a 6 for Battle Destiny, which isn't bad at all.
Well, but now he just paths in Din.
Maybe. Yeah, probably.
I would just path in Din here. Yep. Oh, he passed.
No, he pathed in Luke.
Oh God!
To do the cancel and redraw. Oh, that's just dirty.
That's pretty bad. Yeah.
Well played.
This is why MHC is better than us.
Yeah. That was
pretty bad. I think Jeff.
I think Jeff didn't see that one coming. Much like we didn't. So.
Yeah. There's more on the commentators. Yeah.
I don't think anyone was questioning that MHT was smarter than either of us. Well, at least not smarter than, maybe Justin. No one was questioning that he wasn't smarter than me. So
Jeff will draw his Destiny and get it redrawn, and then MHT draws an alien.
So he's going to be at 10, 13 power.
He might still be down.
And is he getting Ayla and taking her into hand? Oh.
Yeah, it looks like.
Oh, that's. And it'll be his turn to do that. Oh, there's
a red card. That was off screen.
But a red card means it's probably high enough Destiny. He loses Dre.
I think it might be 2
or Aura.
Because he gets +2 to his total here from Maz.
Oh, yeah. So
Must have been a 4 if Dr. E
Yeah,
is covering alone. So
that's still not the
yeah, it's like so that's okay. Um,
so he's got 1, 2,
I mean,
3, 4. He's still got 5 species.
I feel like that battle was still pretty good.
That battle could have gone much worse.
Yes.
Definitely. I mean, I'll be honest, if he'd have drawn that 6 for that shot, I think he would have been pretty happy with the way that battle
I mean, if you'd drawn the 6 for
went.
if you draw the 6 for the shot, you probably just path Maz away instead of pathing Luke in.
Which you're okay with, I think.
Yeah,
Like you draw the 6 for the shot, you kill Figrin, which means you've now shut off Watering Hole, at least for a turn.
yeah.
Like I don't hate that at all.
So he's moving Din Djarin in.
Leaving Dengar alone, I'm
Or Dengar, sorry, moving
a
Dengar in.
little less comfortable with.
I mean,
Are you
Jeff
just
is.
counting on the Gick and being able to go pew pew and
I
hope?
mean, on the one hand, yeah, that seems sketchy. On the other hand, I don't think MHC can do anything about the Gick. Like
Yeah,
Jeff has a lot of force saved.
yeah.
Um,
You're not stopping him from playing the Gick. Honestly, what you might do is throw another guy down and then Jar Jar bomb, try and just Jar Jar bomb him away.
yeah, he can double back react. Yeah.
Okay.
So this just covers up 2 damage.
Yeah. So he's taken 3. There went the disarmed. So he must have just drawn into that because otherwise I think he would have hit it with Chewy last turn, just
Eh,
in case.
maybe.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to do anything else than hitting Chewy, so
Yeah.
may as well. But like he was definitely going to hit Chewy, so that's kind of 6 of one, half dozen of the other, right?
Yeah. Once he knew what those
All
Destiny
right.
were, and
So he loses the 6 and the 3 off the top. That does mean it's a 3 on top of reserve, I believe.
yeah, I think it's a 3 and then a 6.
Yeah.
So and there's the pay one to retrieve that path. That's got
Good for the future
Jeff
destiny.
wondering why he didn't play more than one grabber, and there's the celebration.
Yeah.
At this point, if Jeff doesn't have a way to kill that right now, I don't see what his plan is. So
So
there's
it,
Ayla in front of Dengar. So Ayla
yeah,
can't be shot.
I'll say if there's a double back, this is definitely the best way to play into it is to add more to Dengar, battle, force him to react R into the battle in order to not get blown out.
Yeah.
Although Dengar could potentially shoot both the other aliens, and then Ayla can be shot if all the other aliens with her are shot, if I remember right.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Actually,
although unfortunately, then you are
is
dealing.
she if hit or is she just a they can't be targeted? Let me take a look. I'm not actually sure. Ayla, yeah, may not be targeted by permanent weapons unless all your other aliens or clones are hit.
Yeah.
So if he hits the other 2, he can hit her. Well,
Oh,
he
he
just
added.
dropped solo there
So now that's not
and
possible. All right. So
barrier,
there's a
which
barrier.
okay,
Sure.
like you're fine. Is he starting a battle anyways?
I believe he is.
All right, so there's Jar Jar hit. There's the job is through with you to add a battle destiny. All right.
Okay.
Was Ayla barriered as well, or am I missing?
I don't think so. I only saw the one barrier.
Yeah, I only saw the one in play as well. So Jar Jar's hit. I don't honestly, I think you Jar Jar bomb here.
I think
Like I'd
he's
take the
set up it.
shot at it.
I think he set up his destinies to where he doesn't
Well,
let
he
any
knows
back.
it. So the thing is, he knows
He's drawing 3
Jeff's
destinies.
drawing but Jeff's drawing a 6. Is he drawing 3? Okay.
Yeah.
Or no, he
Oh,
went for the Jar Jar bomb and hit it.
oh, all right.
I thought Jeff was drawing a 6 there, so that might have been why he was trying to do it, was just to get that 6 off.
I also thought he was drawing a six. Does he have three Aura Sings?
He must. That
Yeah, that's a lot.
feels aggressive, but okay.
I mean, I get it, especially if you're planning for Hitco, right? Like having a lot of Aura Sings actually makes a lot of sense there.
Yeah.
Um,
And maybe that was their plan for Hitco, is just
yeah.
I'm gonna play as many auras as you play Luke. And
I mean, they're Destiny 4. Like,
yeah, it's not a terrible idea.
it is a little tricky though. Oh, he's gonna
So if
play.
I'm Matt, I think I still move Luke away. Like I think there's just no reason to leave Luke sitting in front of aura.
Yeah,
I might actually do that, just switch Luke and Ayla.
yeah. Depends on how much force Matt has left.
Yeah, that's the one thing we can't see.
It's hard.
They did a
He,
good job with the lights that were getting no glare on the cards.
oh yeah.
Like I really am appreciating that, but the
It's really
dark
just, I think,
sleeves on a black background is tough to.
one, I think Matt has his reserve and force pile like right up against the edge of the table,
Which also makes
which
it
is
even
which
harder
is
to see.
yeah, which is why we can't really see much of them.
Yeah.
He does have at least one force saved.
Jeff's down to only about 15 cards though total, I think.
Yeah, I mean Matt's down to less, I think. Although
Yeah.
he has Cloud Slave Celebration going
But
now, and
Matt's
he
now
has
retrieving. Like
yeah.
if Jeff can't, and honestly, like the fact that Jeff hasn't canceled Celebration yet feels bad because he did his 4 damage there.
So Matt just lost 455 off the top. It was Barrier, Ascension Guns, Escape
Were
Pod
those
comp.
off the top or were those out of hand?
They were off the top.
Okay. Yeah, because I
Uh,
think he used that escape pod to go get some. So
I never asked for anything twice, so Jeff is going to, I believe, use the once per game here
yeah, and try and
to
go get.
swap for a card.
Must be. I gotta imagine it's Dre and Panda.
That makes sense. Mara makes
Like
sense too.
those are your two, and I don't know. Like I think he only left 4 cards in reserve. So
So then it has to be
well.
Dockery.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, it's not.
All right. He does have to swap 2 cards. I don't know
Yeah, I
if
thought
he did
he.
that. I think Matt's is the same thing. I don't think he actually
Yeah,
did swap the 2 cards in. So, man, swapping 2 for 1 into your lost pile is so awkward because you have to remember where it
yeah,
was in the lost pile, and yeah, that's just not
and
what he's
you're
going for.
effectively losing 3 to get 1 back because the one's
Yeah.
a. All right, so
Oh,
Probot,
okay.
and I don't
All
know if
right.
Matt's got any force because he can just.
He has one. He has one save.
Okay, so he's probably not dropping anyone via the Lobot React.
I mean, he could drop Calfal.
Who actually wouldn't be terrible. Like,
I mean, I think the more dangerous thing is that there's a force saved, so Solo can play Path and move Ayla into this battle
yeah.
after Dengar shoots all his shots, which could be
So
really
did we just
bad.
see? Oh, he is.
Oh, he is
He's
playing.
got
He's
2
playing
sites in
force.
there.
I think he just wants to choke the battlegrounds, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, and you just have to
Um,
at that point
yeah,
tempt the zeros and hope.
yep.
So he is going to start a battle in there,
That was Luke looking for a force projection, I believe.
probably.
So I think Matt was using that to see what aliens were in his deck, so now he can react
And
Calfal.
he's got Cal, which is a solid.
Yep. I think Jeff
Like,
may know these destinies though, at least to some degree. So
and I'm not sure you even need to path solo then.
Calfal may not work. I mean, I would certainly path Isla in here if you have the option.
Yeah,
Like, there's a chance that you just like there's a chance you just blow them out with that, right? Like
yeah. I mean, that gets you the extra destiny.
your power 6 against power 6 if you get 2 destinies to their 1. That
Yeah,
I mean, I guess on the other hand, that would turn off Calfal, so maybe you don't do that.
I feel like Calfal's probably turned off anyways, though.
That
I think
seems
the likelihood of Calfal hitting feels a little slim. Now, do
Yeah.
you path in Ayla or do you path in Din? Like I
You
might
actually
path in Din to do
to get a retrieval.
to get the retrieval because well, he's got secret plans out, so
So you can't actually pay for it. So
yeah,
you know what's actually interesting is you could path in Maz.
and try and get the total battle destiny -1 and
Well, it would make their total -1 and your total +2.
yeah. All right,
And
so did
and
he
it would keep
just
and it would keep
miss with a shot? What am
that
I?
sure looks like he did. It must have been at
It
Lobot.
was a even Lobot should have hit. It was Balatik. Balatik's a 2.
No, I
The
thought he was
Destiny's +1. I thought Balatik's a 2, isn't he? Or is he a 1?
no, I think you're right, he is a 2. Well, but Dengar shoots
So
at +1. Lobot's
yeah.
ability 3, right? So
No, Lobot's a 2.
oh, is he?
Lobot and
Okay.
Yogurt are both 2s. So
Okay.
that's
Then yeah, I don't know what happened there.
or did he decide not to? No, he's got 2 left in reserve. Is it did he decide not to shoot just in case of the solo path Luke just to mess with him?
I mean, it'll be funny.
That'd actually flip Jeff's objective.
Yeah, so that would probably be
I mean,
counterproductive.
it'd only be for a turn, but
Pathing Maz in seems like the bigger blowout because you keep Cal active and you change the math by 3.
well, but that changes the total, so Cal might not hit.
Well,
Like you keep
Cal
Cal
cares about
active.
your individual draw.
Yeah, Cal cares about the number of the draw. So like even if you end up netting out 3 on that +2 and -1, it doesn't necessarily cancel with Cal. Although we do see, so he's paying 1. And yep, he's just going Ayla.
Yeah, Ayla is the safest.
Yeah, I don't mind the Ayla. Ayla or Din would have been totally fine.
Yeah,
So he shot at somebody and rescued.
to cancel
Where's
the.
that? Where
Oh
would
no, I
the?
think I think that's a battle destiny. He drew a 4
Yeah.
against 5/5.
Okay. So I'm still curious how he missed the
Yeah, I don't know.
shot.
Maybe it wasn't Balatik.
It sure looked like Bala, but I could
I
be wrong.
also thought it was Bala. Oh, it was a 3/5. Okay.
Okay.
A total still +1, so still 9.
Yeah.
That looks like, well,
I mean, that's going to be both characters.
it
It's
is going to
just,
be both characters.
yeah.
I don't think it's enough to overflow.
I don't think it is either. I didn't think you were getting overflow no matter what. I think you were just.
Wait, why are both of them not dead?
I'm trying to figure that out too. I'm trying to figure out. I think it's just the order he lost them in.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was deciding the order.
Okay.
And if he wanted to peel anymore, yeah. So he did have to peel 1.
All right. That,
And
I mean, he killed 2 characters, but they were 2
but
characters that
so
were
he's got
either
1, 2.
not on table or didn't have a species already. So that didn't
Yeah, and
change
he's still
the
got the species. He's still
it
got 5 species.
didn't change the ancient watering hole math. You, I guess, did 1 damage because you took a card out of his reserve deck.
Yeah, and there's one more.
Dan says this game's close to going to time. That does seem likely.
Yeah,
So
that's possible. This does feel like it's gone tight, but like here's Matt's gonna retrieve 3.
2. Oh, 3, yeah.
Three.
Figure Dan.
It's-
Yeah,
uh, So that seems good. Like,
yeah. I think if Matt can get like 1 more path, he can kind of end the game here.
Matt's still got a lot of cards. Honestly, I think if this goes to time, Matt's winning. That's got a lot more cards in reserve right now.
I
I'm
think
not
that's
sure
just
what he's looking for.
that looks like it
That's his
maybe
reserve
oh, yeah.
or his force pile. Either way, he's got a bunch of cards there. I don't know which one he's grabbing to.
Yeah. Oh, there is a path. So he could potentially just like destroy Arising here. I think he
Yeah,
probably assumes Jeff has a Gick though, so that play's not great.
yeah. I think he's just trying to get a count, and Jeff's down to like 7 or 8 cards.
Yeah, which is probably part of his Matt's consideration as far as what card he takes, because like
Yeah,
he doesn't probably want to take a card that he won't be able to get back in Life Force. So it looks like he's getting a Lisa. This is
which is
front
just a
card.
speed up the
It's just to speed up the clock.
speed
Yeah,
up the clock. Yeah, and he may have been not showing Jeff that and just showing the camera.
I think he was probably just leaning forward far enough
Yeah.
that the camera could see it, but Jeff couldn't. I think is probably what we're doing here.
I'm trying to watch in the background. It looks like there's still a few other games going on, so we might not be that close to time.
And there's a lot of empty tables though. There's not that many
Yeah.
people milling around though, so maybe not.
So
Looks like Matt has made his choice. We don't know what it was, but
and he already drained, and then he's
yeah,
paid 2 to retrieve 2,
there
paid 1 to
two,
retrieve 1.
one,
So
drain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
yeah, he already drained.
Okay,
Jeff peeled the 5 already.
okay.
And there's Nian Nubs, Celestin Smuggler, just forfeit
So
fodder, probably.
yeah, just the body.
Yeah, like I feel like you just have to say there's no way he's shooting Luke in all likelihood, and that doesn't even matter. You just move Luke away and
Yeah. I'd say move Luke away. I'd probably move Figurin away. Oh, yeah, just pile everybody over here.
now pile everyone with Ayla. Like you can't start that battle.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind moving Figurin away just to perturb the retrieval, but
You
does
got
it
a
matter?
trivia question you wanna
Um,
you wanna toss out here and see
well,
give away an AI pack while we're
oh, sure. What do we got here? Oh, all right, here's a funny one. Let's see. Oh no, I want I want to make sure I have an answer first before I.
that's always important.
Oh boy. All right. How many, counting both light and dark, how many Cloud City locations are there?
Oh, great googly moogly. How many unique or how many total?
Um,
Basically, do you want them to count the
Light and dark are two different ones.
okay, that's what I at least 3. Way to go, Dan.
All right, Dan's getting in there with the
Nice.
with the Price is Right mode.
Yeah. Now you got me wondering off the top of my head.
Also counting V and non-V as different cards.
Oh, good lord.
I don't think that matters a lot.
I mean, I'm up to at least like 13, I think. Might be, oh no. Now 15 at least. There's a whole bunch.
Also not counting like clouds. Because
Yeah, clouds are
yeah,
non-unique, so those aren't.
yeah.
I mean, you have Bespin Cloud City that I would count.
Yes, I will grant Vespin Cloud City is counting.
So we see Jeff threw down the U3PO, and we see Maz goes and gets Calfal.
Leaving a 3 and a 1.
Yeah, or a 3 and a 2. Yeah, it's
Eh,
not great destiny. Now we're starting to see people mill around a little bit, and
yeah.
I think we're see about the end of game here because yeah, we're losing 5. He's peeling 5 again. 23.
Just peeling from hand, looks like.
So there is Balatique.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened on that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Maybe there was a rescue that we missed.
Could be. So pay 2 to retrieve 2, pay 1 to retrieve 1. Like, if Jeff doesn't have any cards in hand, I can almost see just like, let's throw Lisa and Calfal in front of Dr. Afra.
Yeah.
So, nope, we're going all in on beating
the hell out of RSing.
beating something out of Aura.
Calfel doesn't even like do anything here because you're drawing 2 Destiny already, but whatever.
Yeah. So I like Dan is going
got the
at
extra
least
location.
3, maybe 37. We'll see. So,
All right. Well, Dan's currently the only one who's guessed. So,
and he's been wrong both times.
yes, he has been wrong
Well,
both
I
times.
guess technically his one was correct, but not the answer we were looking for.
Sure. I mean, I guess currently he's due to win with at least 3 if no one else guesses,
Yeah.
but
All right. So there was a shot. Looks like a job was through with you to add a destiny, maybe. No, that was just a
Battle Destiny.
yeah, battle destiny. Get it away. And Lisa, Nia Nub, Celestin
Yeah.
Smuggler
Leon doesn't do anything here, so
does his job.
yeah.
I mean, Dan, maybe everyone left when you stopped
So
talking because it's your dulcet tones that everyone wants to hear.
Maz moves over. Oh no, Isla moves over. Sure. All right. Nope. Nope. Figure and Dan moves over. Someone moves over to the docking bay.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet. 45 to 14. Good Lord.
All right, Maz is moving with Figure and Dan. Someone's
Okay.
moving into the spy space. All right. Harpster.
Solo for free. I can't, I
Har-
mean, Jeff,
yeah. Harpster's in with 16.
I mean, 16 is a plausible number. That's about where I'm. All right. And we see the handshake.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that means
I,
MHT
I believe Jeff probably conceded there.
got the win. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd imagine.
Because he initiated the handshake, so that's why I'm thinking that. But all right, well, that's the end of the game. So um I will give away this Genpei I pack because why not? Um I will say that I'm gonna do Price is Right rules so you have to not go over. So I will give I'll give Harpster the win on that one, even though he was very far off. According to Gemp, there are 30 unique Cloud City locations. Counting virtuals as different and counting both sides as unique ones.
Okay. I was nowhere near that high of a number.
There are quite a lot of mirrored ones.
Yeah, good point. I think I probably undercounted some of the mirrored ones. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
um,
I missed a
I'll
few of the Cloud City release ones.
yeah, I'll let everyone throw that one into Gemp themselves, but my count I have 30.
That's probably about right.
12,
Like,
12.
all right.
These are probably
So
yeah, those are probably the ones he didn't get.
now
Yeah,
I'm seeing a whole lot of
I expect Harp said that that's probably what happened. It's like, oh yeah, that one has a dark side mirror, but no one plays it. That one has a light
yeah,
side mirror, but no one plays it. So I forgot all of those. So
yeah. Basically, I forgot all the most of the Cloud City specific ones. Like I forgot the Chasm Walkway. I forgot the Lower Corridor. The ones that
yeah,
yeah, there are mirrors for.
there's definitely a lot that I would have forgotten. Lower corridor, interrogation room. I don't think I've ever seen played.
I didn't know that card existed, so problem solved. All right, so it does look like we get some milling around in there. And I think I heard a rumor that Dan was going to come jump on
I believe so. I don't
for the
know.
last game here. So,
Uh,
as the Texans are apparently no longer worth watching and savoring Cleveland's tears. So, like it just might have gotten to be too embarrassing for Dan to even want to watch and savor as a Steelers fan. So,
we'll see if we can
it's
get you some updates on standings and results and stuff. I don't see anything updated in the game 7 thread, so
yeah, I haven't seen anything either. So, let's see. Let's see which one of us Dan is tagging out.
yeah.
So,
Oh, are we talking to somebody? Oh, sounds like we're getting MHC on here for an interview
oh,
before we do the swap out.
awesome. So, we
Can hear you
can.
and see you now. Yep.
Okay, cool.
How is
All right.
Brad
Did
Reinhold
you
doing?
did win that game, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It just ended in a concession and it wasn't 100% clear. But congratulations on that.
Thanks.
What does that take your record to now?
6-1.
6-1.
So, welcome to day 2.
Probably, I guess.
I think all the
I don't
6-2s are getting in. So,
I
we
haven't looked at the standings.
we welcomed Dennis after his last round when he beat Hayes to go to 6-0. So,
I
I think we can welcome you as well. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was well played. So did you expect Jeff to play that how he did, where he just went real light to Coruscant and then as aggressive as he could go to Cloud City?
I mean, I don't think you can't really expect any particular thing in that matchup. Like, there's just so many different lines you can take, and it depends on what you have. So I know I saw Boba Fett Bounty Hunter in his deck at some point. I don't know if he had one. So I guess he didn't have one in hand, but if you have that, then going to space is a lot more reasonable. Especially because he had the double sense. So
Yeah.
that kind of says he's got nothing that's good for attacking in space. Although, I mean, there's so many options, right? If he force pushed and he Tarkin's bountied. So he could have used those to get space things, potentially. So there's just so many different options depending on what he's got in his hand.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, both of those decks have a lot of
Like finding any particular card that you want
options.
and then doing whatever you want with it.
Yeah. So what put you on QMC for this tournament?
Honestly, it was because I already had the slips cut out and put in the sleeves. I basically had two choices for each side.
Seems reasonable enough.
Yeah. I mean, I guess
A reason, if any.
I guess there's a reason that I had the slips cut out for that particular deck, which is just that I like playing it. It gives you lots of options. You're almost never out of it. You can almost always deal with anything. I did lose my first round. I lost the Harksef and Overseer. So that does happen sometimes. But if that does, other than that, you're usually in any game, and you've got so many options of things to do, and it's just fun to play.
No, for sure. It's, I've always enjoyed QMC, so
Yeah.
We noticed that you held back your locations early in the game. That was I assume calculated to limit the battlegrounds on Cloud City.
Not entirely. Part of it was just that. So I didn't want to. I didn't. I guess at the beginning I wanted to limit it, and I didn't want to put out the North Corridor, which is the one that cancels drains. And then after that, I just couldn't find it again. So there was potentially some point at which I would have put it out if it had been in my hand, but it was never worth using the force push, the force pile pull on it instead of something else. There's always something else I needed. Because
and that's
it would have
how
been
that
nice to
goes
have
sometimes.
another. Yeah, it would have been nice to have like another drain of 2 going, but you gotta not lose the locations you're at more than expand to other locations sometimes.
Yeah. And that makes a ton of sense. So
Yeah, and I guess the way the game went is it was really all about Luke. So every turn I was just looking for stuff that would help me keep Luke alive.
yeah. And I gotta say, I love that pathing Luke in to cancel and redraw the Battle Destiny
Yeah, I mean
when he only had one card. That was brutal.
Path just makes the math so hard for them because, if he hadn't drawn that Destiny, then I could path someone in to draw an extra Destiny. You can always path people out in so many different things you can do all the time.
Yeah, no, Path is such a great card
Especially when in
in
that
that
kind of
matchup.
game, and in that kind of game wherein I think there's probably like 8 guys on Cloud City, and so it means that there's people all over the place that can go anywhere.
Yeah, there were definitely a couple of those battles where we're like, okay, so of these like 4 reasonable options,
Right.
which one do we think he's gonna path in?
Like, do you want to path
To
in Ayla for the Destiny or Din for the Destiny or?
I
yeah.
think we were wrong every time, but they were all reasonable
But I think the other options are also all pretty
choices.
reasonable.
Yeah, and I think some of it was like, do you want Path in Din or Ayla? Because they both effectively do the same thing. And it was like, well, Din would retrieve, except you don't have a force,
Right. Or
so
there's one time I
it
pathed
doesn't
in
matter.
Dash, and Dash reacts. So like if I'd had the Force, I could have reacted him. And so basically the path was like, oh, I didn't save a Force.
And I
It was
think
like, okay.
Pathing and Dash, that was the one I think surprised me a little bit that you didn't go with somebody else, but I'm not sure who else. That was the one battle where you were potentially going to lose a bunch of guys to the shots, and
Yeah.
Dash was just a solid, like, you force him to shoot Dash, which isn't
Right.
bad.
Yeah, I guess I could have there pathed in someone who just didn't matter so much. That would have been an option.
Yeah,
Um,
it's it was going to be close either way, and you
Yeah.
clearly played it very well and just stayed ahead and kept the pressure on. And QMC's tough when you've got watering hole going.
Right, because then
You know,
you even drain at the 1-0 site.
yeah, and you're just all right. Well, I'll drain for more than you're draining me for, and I'll retrieve with Figrin, and
Yeah, and
eventually
I
I'll get
guess
Celebration out, and
he had Git combo, so that suggests maybe no masterful move combo.
I think you're right, and I think that's I don't know. I think QMC is good enough playing without a masterful move combo and not having a plan to go take the system.
Yeah, I mean, he does have
Feels
plans to
like
go
you're
take the
just
system. He just can't do that every game necessarily. It depends on what stuff he has, whether he can or not.
yeah. But if you can't make sure you can do it, I feel like playing without a celebration canceller is just a guarantee to lose to QMC.
Yeah, like it's just so much easier to cancel it with celebrate with masterful move than it is to, because I think if you're not doing that, you're probably relying on having Boba Fett Bounty Hunter, and them not
Yeah,
having sand and like getting through the barrier and all this stuff that could just go
and
wrong.
even like we saw you lose Yoda
Right,
early, and like Yoda on the wild card is like, okay, good luck.
and
Like,
I think he had first light, which surprised me a little bit. Um, so I think if I'd known that he had that, I would have maybe put one more guy in space.
yeah, I was a little surprised you didn't go dash to the wild card just to lock down that system, but it was
Yeah, that was a little bit iffy. But
that
he's
that would have been tight too. Like he's so good on the ground
yeah,
in that
and so
spot as well.
that's how those matchups work. Is that you're always going to be light somewhere, and the question is where is it that you can be light that you can't get punished for, and how can you punish them for where they went somewhere light? Like it was entirely
Yep.
possible that game that maybe if I went after Shizor at certain points in the game, that it would have worked out fine. Like maybe it was okay to lose Luke because I would have just killed Shizor, but you don't know. Like maybe I guess there's one turn where he like double barriered, right? So he could have that. You just have no idea.
Yeah. It's crazy sometimes. So, but we'll let you get a water break or whatever you need to do
All right, thanks.
before I think the last game will be starting. And congrats on day two. Good luck.
All right, thank
You're on
you.
my fantasy team, so double good luck just in case.
Thanks. All right, see ya.
Have a good one.
Right.
All right, so I think we're gonna get Dan on here.